Hi everyone, so we are on Tuesday of week 22 and doing our corrections today. So the first one, 96 divided by 9 equals what? Remainder what? So I've done out a short division sum, so this should be easy. We were doing this last week. So 9 into 9 goes one time and nothing left over, so nothing to carry. And then 9 into 6 doesn't go, so don't forget to write down your 0. And then, of course, nothing over here, so we have to have a remainder then of 6. So the answer is 10, remainder 6. So question 2, 2 meters and 26 centimeters plus 1 meter and 2 centimeters. So I've written it out like a sum. Just be careful with the 0 here, with your place value. So adding then 6 and 2 is 8, 2 and nothing is 2, and then 2 and 1 is 3, so 3 meters and 28 centimeters. Question 3 then, how many centimeters in 1 1/4 meters? So 1 1/4 meters into centimeters. So firstly, in 1 meter, there is 100 centimeters, and then a quarter of a meter then would be 1/4 of 100, which is 25. So 125 centimeters there. Okay, so question 4, circle the odd one out. So I've written them all here: 1/3, 2/6, 1/4, 3/9, and 4/12. So which is the odd one out? So you might notice 1/3 is actually the same as 2/6, and 3/9 is the same, 4/12 is the same. They are all equal to 1/3 if they were simplified. So it's the quarter that would be the odd one out there. Question 5, how long from 3:28 to 4:17? So what I would do there is I would say, well, there's 32 minutes left from 3:28 until 4 o'clock. And then there's another 17 minutes after that. So if I just add 32 and 17, I'll get my answer. So 2 and 7 is 9, and 3 and 1 is 4. So 49 minutes altogether there. Question 6, how many faces has a cylinder? So you've got your top part and your bottom part and then the middle part. So that's 3 faces altogether for that one. Question 7. What is 0.25 of 80? So we know 0.25 is 1/4. So really we're just finding a quarter of 80. So if we divide 80 by 4, we'll get the answer. So 4 into 8 goes twice, nothing left over. 4 into 0 goes 0 times. So the answer there is 20. Okay, question 8. 2 7/10 hours, and we need to convert that to minutes. So 2 hours, firstly, I know is 120 minutes, so that's fine. Now I need to work out the 7/10 of an hour. So basically it's 7/10 of 60 because there's 60 minutes in an hour. So we know when we're finding a fraction of a number, we divide by the bottom and multiply by the top. So 60 divided by 10 is 6, and then 6 times 7 is 42. So then we must add our 120 minutes to our 42 minutes, and we get 0 and 2 is 2, 2 and 4 is 6, and 1 and nothing is 162. And we were asked for it in minutes, so we don't actually have to convert it to hours. So that's perfect, that's the answer, 162 minutes. Question 9, I spent 0.45 and 0.15 of my money. What decimal fraction is left? So the first thing we must do is add, so 5 and 5, 10, 4 and 1, 5 and 1, 6, and then 0. So it's 0.60 or just 0.6. So what decimal fraction would be left? So remember, like, it's out of a unit. So if I said 1 unit, take away 0.6, what would be left would be 0.4 or 0.40. It doesn't matter, it's the same thing. Okay, question 10. I divided 2.5 kgs of potatoes into 250 gram bags. How many bags did I make? So the first thing we must figure out is that 2.5 kgs is 2,500 grams, And then what we're going to do is we're going to divide 2,500 by 250. And you could work that out in your head, and the answer is 10. So there is 4 250s in 1,000. So then another 4 and then 2 left over in your 500 grams. You could just count up in 250 there. Question 11, order from smallest to largest. So we have some fractions here and we need to put them in the order of smallest to largest. So I can see straight away that 1/4 is the smallest, and then after that it's kind of a bit trickier to work out. So I'd say, okay, I think it's 2/3 that would come next. If I convert 2/3 to 6, that would be 4/6. So yeah, 5/6 is definitely bigger. And if I was to convert it to 12ths, 8/12 would be the same. So actually 7/12 is smaller than 2/3. So it would be 1/4, then 7/12, then 2/3, and then 5/6. So starting off with 1/4, 7/12, 2/3, and then 5/6. Question 12. Write 72/10 as a decimal fraction. Now we can see that actually is a top-heavy fraction. So when we're writing that out, we're actually going to have some units here. It's going to be 7.2 because 70/10 is 7 units, and then you have 2/10 left over, so 7.2. Okay, so we're on to the problems now. Traveling back in time to exciting events in history. So Maria traveled back in time to 1789, the year of the French Revolution. How many years back is that? So we know it's now the year 2021, so we just minus 1789 from 2021. So 1 take away 9 we can't do, so we must borrow. 11 take 9 is 2. 1 take 8 we can't do now, so we have to borrow. Nothing to borrow from here, so we keep going there. 11 take away 8 is 3. 9 take away 7 is 2. And 1 take away 1 is 0. So 232 is your answer there. Question 14. She then went further back than that to the Battle of Clontarf in 1014. How many years further back from the French Revolution was that? So we're starting with the French Revolution and we want to go back then to the Battle of Clontarf. So we're saying 1789 minus 1014. So 9 minus 4 is 5. 8 minus 1 is 7. 7 minus 0 is 7. And 1 minus 1 is 0. So 775 years before that. Okay, question 15. Maria's next adventure in history was to the GPO in Dublin in 1916. How many years forward from 1014 was that? So now we're going forward, but we're still going to do a minus sum to work out how many years forward. So 1916 minus 1014. So 6 minus 4 is 2. 1 minus 1 is 0. 9 minus 0 is 9. And 1 minus 1 is 0. So it's 902 years forward. So question 16, then the last question. How many years from the second millennium was the 1916 rising? So the second millennium is the year 2000. So we are going to say 2000 minus 1916. So we're going to have to do a lot of borrowing here because there's a lot of zeros. So we have to go all the way over to 2 and then bring it right over there. So we could say 10 minus 6 is 4. 9 minus 1 is 8. 9 minus 9 is 0. And 1 minus 1 is 0. So it was 84 years. Okay, so they are the answers for week 22, Tuesday. And if you have any other questions, please let us know.